Hey guys, Jackson here, and welcome back to another episode of Dad's Bees. It is August 3rd, and it's a Sunday. We've got basically the whole crew down here putting in food plots, and a little bit of work today with the beehive. We got to pull this whole thing apart. I'm getting rid of this stand. It's kind of been not the best. It's kind of a cheap Amazon purchase. I've been saying it for like a month now that we need to pull this all apart, get the cinder blocks over here, get everything set up on that, and I think it's finally time to do so. I am excited to kind of see how much progress they've made, so without drawing this out too long, let's get after it. Hey guys, before we hop into it, just wanted to say stick around for this entire video. There is some very good content at the very end, so you don't want to miss it. Give them a little heads up that we're coming in. Got to be methodical about this since we're going to take this whole hive apart. Set this over here. This is what the inside of the smoker looks like. So I just put new fuel in there, but as you press it, it just kind of lights that stuff. Cool. Not expecting a ton of work since last time, but I do just want to peek at this super. They're getting more work done. This was the first frame we pulled last time, I believe, that had nectar in it. And it was just kind of this middle piece where the bees are at. And now they are filling it up. So it's good stuff. Very good stuff. We'll set this down here. So that's the second frame that they've now started filling out, drawing out comb. It takes a lot of energy and resources for them to actually build out that honeycomb with beeswax. So because it's our first year with this hive and I have no frames with beeswax on them, like none of that honeycomb drawn out, I have to start from a brand new frame. It is a little bit slower getting them to actually produce honey and produce brood and new bees, because there's a lot more work that it takes for them to actually make a frame of honey. Now next year, we will have so far a box and a half of drawn out frames that they can just begin with, right? Already has the honeycomb drawn out. They just got to throw the nectar in there and dry it out, and then it's honey, right? So I'm really looking forward to that. I want to pull some of these frames out simply because they are stuck to the frames below. This one looks almost identical to the one we just pulled out. So nectar, tons of work, and a little bit of capped over honey at the bottom there. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, that'll all be capped over honey. Basically the same thing. No nectar on this side yet, but nectar and honey on that side. You can see the beeswax at the bottom of this one, kind of being built out. So that's attaching to the top of the frames below it. and that kind of makes it hard to pull those frames out. That's why I want to go through here and at least just do this. I can kind of take a peek at all of them from inside the box, but just pull them up, get them detached. They're definitely working the right side of this hive, this box more. I mean, they are up here working these, drawing out some of this honeycomb so far. Just not putting anything in it yet. And we'll put this first one back in. And then I'm gonna have to take a little break here because I have a hair in my mouth. So this bee suit, basically, it's got two zippers here, and then they Velcro in the front so that they can't get in between the zippers. So it looks like there's a little gap here in between the zippers, but it's actually all Velcro under there. The bee suit really just kind of gives me confidence. Like today I got to tear this whole hive apart, right? And I'm like, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable doing that with no suit on, right? So keep that smoker going. We don't want it going out. And then we're gonna stack all of these boxes up. This next box, I got to take all the frames and at least loosen them again, because they were stuck really bad. Give these guys a little smoke. I'll bring you guys over. But this hive is just packed with bees. They are loaded in here. And this one is definitely stuck to the box below it. So we are going to attempt very slowly and straight, pull this out. Yep. Tons of honey. Pretty sure this entire box looks like that. So we're gonna set this out here. We're just gonna do the same thing we did with that top box. Pull these frames up. I can see they're all attached to the frames below it. We need to, in order to get the box off, we gotta detach all these frames. So we're just gonna quickly go through here. These are all full of honey. Very good. Very good. You can actually hear it breaking that beeswax down below, which is kind of cool. So while we're talking about breaking these frames apart, I'm not an expert when it comes to beekeeping, alright guys, but I have watched a lot of YouTube videos. Everyone from David Burns to Jeff Horshoff, Mr. Ed. He does a lot of like bee removals from like houses. But in regards to this, so why are they building this beeswax on top of these frames, right? There's something called bee spacing, and it's an actual measurement. Like a bee space is like, from what I've understood, it's a amount of space, right? It's a unit of measurement, one bee space. So these boxes are specifically built out so that there is one bee space between the top of these frames and the bottom of the frames above it, okay? And if they draw out all the honeycomb with beeswax, in between the frames should be one bee space as well. And as long as it's one bee space, they will not put anything there, okay? Now, if a space is smaller than a bee space, right? Let's talk about the cracks in between these boxes here, right? They will fill those up with what's called propolis, and they will glue them together, okay? So just like on the ears of all these frames, they glue that together because it's smaller than a bee space, okay? Anything bigger than a bee space, right? If it's a bigger gap than one bee space, they fill it with comb like this, okay? And so that's basically how bees decide what to do in certain areas. They just, if it's big enough to walk through and it's too big, they fill it up. If it's too small, they seal it up so nothing can go through it. So it's kind of cool how they do that. I'm gonna take all these frames, move them over, get this box put over here, do the same thing with this box. We'll kind of work through them, take a gander at some of them, but I'm probably gonna skip through some of this just for your guys' sake. Let's get this one moved and then we can be a little bit quicker. Let's get at her. Hopefully that base comes with. Good. I think that hair is still in here. Okay. Now we will put this box back. So while we do this, let's talk a little bit about how beehives, how the bees know where to go. So they know that their beehive is right here. They know that it's right here because they've all located to this beehive. If I were to take this box and move it like 10 yards that way, there would be a ball of bees that are all out foraging. They would come back and they'd basically be like, where's our hive? Like they don't know, they know the location, if that makes sense. You don't want to be squashing a whole bunch of bees. Next, put this guy back. Yep, see, I got one right there. Darn it. There we go. Nice. That's a heavy box. That's cool. But I will say, they really aren't too concerned about me. They aren't really coming after my face. They're really just kind of like, what the heck just happened? Can you guys still see? So they're bearding down here on the front. But this base is way more solid than the old one. Like, it doesn't rock at all. I didn't really care for that one, but it was all I had. And then once you get a few of them like together, it's kind of hard to take it all apart. Hindsight, probably could have done this a few months ago when there was less boxes to move, but there we go. Look at that. Put back together. Good job, guys. We did it. We're so good. Cool. All right, so we wound up. We got the new base put on, which is huge. Got the strap on. We've got a honey super up here that they are still continuously working on and definitely filling up, which is huge. Yeah, that was a huge success, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys sticking with me through a longer video here. We got a ton of stuff done here, some stuff that needed to be done, some stuff that I've been putting off, and got a really good idea of what the Hive is up to. If you guys found anything here educational, valuable, entertaining, I'd love to earn your subscription, get a like or a comment. I would never ask for it without anything in return. So if you did find anything entertaining here, that would help me out a ton. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. We'll be back here hopefully in the next week or two. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, so I kind of came back over here because we were still kind of working on the farm here a little bit, and I hardly ever get the chance to come back over and kind of see right after I get into the Hive. And so it was just kind of interesting to me to kind of see that they have basically all kind of moved back into the Hive, and everything looks like business as usual, and they are all out flying around and busy bees, as they say. I was over, I think I'm going to throw in a clip with Scott running the tractor over there. Kind of over in that same area of the farm, there was just a buzz coming from some of the flowers over there, so it was kind of cool. I'm like, those are probably our bees, just over there doing work, bringing stuff back to the Hive. So hardly ever get the chance to actually stop back over. It's been probably half an hour. Usually once I check the bees, it's kind of the end of the day. Ow. I just got stung for the very first time. It kind of burns, not gonna lie. What's funny is it was right by my, it's that little, I don't know, you probably can't even see it. There's a little red dot there. But right by my watch. And I've seen quite a few videos where people are mentioning how their smartwatch puts off like a tone or a vibration or something that bees don't like. And it's just interesting. Literally, it was like that bee tried to get like up under my watch to sting me. And yeah, it's just interesting that it's literally right where my watch was. So I had my watch like this. You can kind of see it swelling up there, but like literally tried to get as close as it could to my watch to sting me. The bees are still cool, even though they've stung me now. It's been about 2 minutes now. It's already going away. So we got that out of the way. Jackson's been stung. Welcome to the show. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. Appreciate you all. Have a good one.